Hello and many thanks for joining us on Biz Headlines on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ernestina Sewa Asante. Now to our very first story, Ghana's inflation has dropped to 41.2%. The Ghana Statistical Service has announced. The latest drop represents the fourth consecutive one since the start of this year, after the figure for March 2023 was pegged at 45%. Government statistician Professor Kobine Nim, presenting the findings at a press briefing on May 10, said the decline is attributed to food inflation, which recorded 48.7%, while non-food inflation was 35.4%. In terms of locally produced items, the Ghana Statistical Service figure was 38.2%, while the figure on imported items was 43.1%. Pensioner Bondholders Forum has given the strongest indication that they are not interested in the conversion of their principal payments into treasury bills. This comes after the Individual Bondholders Forum had earlier suggested to government to take the route in the wake of delayed payment of coupons and principals following the completion of the Domestic Debt Exchange Program, touching on how the PBF believes government can borrow funds to pay the coupons and principals of bondholders in the financial markets. Dr. Edu Entry said government can borrow from the treasury bills market to pay the outstanding debt.
You are very experienced in the financial market. How do you propose that government find the money to pay you?
Well, I've said that government can borrow from the treasury bill market and pay us. You see, if you borrow from the treasury bill market, it will raise your debt level a bit. That is fine. But you are faced with a condition where you have to do that. For people who need their money for their medication. And the government, the president once said, you cannot bring the dead back to life, but you can bring the economy back. So if we are faced with a situation where the bondholders, which mainly we are talking about the pensioners, who needs their money for medication, and you don't give them and they will die, you can't bring them back. So borrow from the treasury bill market and pay them.
Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Ernest Addison has said a memorandum of understanding has been finalized and signed with government through the Finance Ministry to end monetary financing of the national budget. Dr. Ernest Addison, speaking with centralbanking.com, said the MOU was signed by both parties on May 2nd this year. In a separate interview with the Financial Times, Dr. Addison is reported to have said that the MOU took effect on May 1 and will come into force should the International Monetary Fund approve Ghana's request for a $3 billion loan facility. The MOU to end zero financing forms part of a requirement aimed at securing Ghana's loan request with the IMF after the country earlier reached a staff-level agreement in December 2022. The Ghana cedi has been projected to sell at 12 cedis 40 pesos to $1 by the end of 2023. This is according to international research firm Fitch Solutions. The projection makes the rate of depreciation lower than the 38% recorded last year. Fitch Solutions added that while short-term exchange rate volatility will persist, we believe that the cedi will stabilize once a formal creditors committee is formed and the IMF Executive Board approves Ghana's program. The $3 billion IMF support is expected to help Ghana's balance of payments. This year, the Ghana cedi has depreciated by about 14% to the dollar. Currently, the cedi is selling at about 12 cedis to $1 and being bought at 11 cedis 50 pesos at various forex bureaus. William Atu-Essien, the CEO of defunct Capital Bank, has taken steps to avoid a custodial sentence over failure to pay a 20 million cedis to the state per agreed timelines following a plea bargain agreement. The Daily Guide newspaper reports on its front page on May 11 that Essien has made a payment of 4 million cedis to the state. The amount is 20% of the agreed sum. The Attorney General a week ago filed a motion praying an Accra High Court to impose a custodial sentence on ACN for failing to pay 20 million cedis to the state. Gridco has attributed the power outages that some Ghanaians experienced this week to a gas supply challenge from Nigeria. The corporate communications manager of Gridco, Jifa Bampo, in an interview explained that the gas supply challenges led to the inability of the generating plants to operate well. She stated that her outfit has put in some efforts to purchase more fuel oils so that the plants can operate well. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us on Biz Headlines. My name is Ernestina Sewa Asante. We do have more stories on www.ghanaweb.com. Do well to follow us on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GhanaWeb. On YouTube, GhanaWeb TV. Once again, my name is Ernestina Sewa Asante. Do have a lovely weekend. Thank you.